What's going on, YouTube world? Austin Zaback here with another YouTube video. And in this video, I'm going to talk to you guys. You guys are watching, you're looking at the thumbnail. First of all, I want to mention that I am live. This is a live video, so if you're watching it on replay, again, like the last video, this is unscripted, unedited, unfiltered, unteleprompted, uneverything. I'm just going to have a conversation with you guys, and I believe that sometimes that's the most fun way and the best way to do it, because it's real, it's raw, it's authentic. So definitely stay tuned. If you saw the thumbnail, Grant Cardone talks a lot about, own, right? You see it right here in the thumbnail, and it's rent, where you live, and own where you rent. And I'm going to talk to you guys about what he means by that. My opinion on that, whether I think that's the right or the wrong thing to do, being that I am a serial entrepreneur, a serial real estate entrepreneur, really, but altogether definitely a serial entrepreneur. I'm a licensed real estate agent that sold tens of millions of dollars worth of real estate. My first year as a traditional real estate agent, by the age of 21, I apologize, my phone's going off, and I flipped over 100 deals using none of my own money, having none of my own credit, none of my own cash, none of my own anything, all before I was legally able to drink a beer. So with that being said, I do have some credibility, I do have some knowledge, I do have some wisdom, and I would love to give you guys my perspective on what Grant Cardone's talking about. I met Grant several times, really cool guy. And let's jump right into it. Also, at the end of this video, I'm going to talk to you guys about what I personally do, which will be very interesting because, as I just said, I am a serial real estate entrepreneur. So it's going to be interesting to hear what I do as well. So with that being said, essentially what Grant Cardone is saying is he's saying this. He's saying, look, so many people, they think that going out and buying a house is security, right? It's it's a good investment. Over a long period of time, you're going to make money. Over a 30-year mortgage, the house is gonna appreciate, right? And you're gonna make money. You're gonna live there, and you're gonna make your monthly payments, and over time, you're essentially gonna pay down your mortgage. Okay, so it's a good investment, right? That's the American way. The American way is to do that. And so and I'm going to keep going, so definitely stay with me here. There's nothing wrong with that, okay? But what Grant is saying is, if you truly want to achieve success, okay, you truly want to, go out there and go after your dreams and your goals and achieve a level of success that most people are never able to achieve, Grant is saying not to do that. And let me explain to you why. What Grant's saying, and there's several reasons, by the way, why he's saying this. One reason is he says you should be nimble. Okay, now what does that mean, Austin? Be nimble. We live in a world where it's constantly changing. It's evolving. We have social media. You got Instagram. You got Facebook. You got YouTube. We got so many different things happening all the time. And you go buy a house and you're locked in for 30 years, right? You're paying this thing down for 30 years. You are committing to this big, huge deal for 30 years, is what your average mortgage is. Now, you're going to say, yeah, Austin, well, can I sell it anytime? Yeah, you can, but then you got to go through that whole process and, list it and sell it and, show it and fix it and clean it and cut the trees and mow the grass and do all that stuff, right? And so you're not as nimble as you are if you were renting, okay? So that's one reason why Grant says rent where you live and then own where you rent. Another reason Grant's saying that is because Grant's basically saying that you can take your money, okay, the same amount of money that you're going to put down on a house, right? So you're going to put down, let's say, $50,000 on a house, right? He's saying you take the same $50,000 that you're going to have to put as a down payment on this house and go invest it, okay? And Grant would say multifamily, but let's just say anywhere, okay? Let's say multifamily, single family, a rental single family though, somewhere that's going to make you money, okay? He's basically saying that in itself is going to pay for you to rent somewhere, okay? Now where you're going to be nimble, okay? You're going to be able to rent somewhere, so the money that you were going to put down on the house, go invest it, make a return on your investment, which in return pays for your rent, okay, where you're living, and then now basically you're gonna, and you'll probably make a couple extra bucks, by the way. You're gonna put some extra money in your pocket, in theory, okay? If I were to draw this all out for you, in theory, you're gonna put some extra money in your pocket, take the extra money, and go buy a place to rent, okay? So now you actually own a place where you rent, and those people are essentially paying off your mortgage for you, right? So Grant is saying, instead of you paying it off, get somebody else to pay it off, okay? And that's the concept behind what Grant's saying. And, in all reality, it does make sense. And not that buying a house is a bad thing. I think that you get to a certain point where, if you have the right amount of money and, you get a good deal on a house, look, I think that you can go buy a house and you're going to be perfectly fine. Everything's going to be okay. But what he's saying is when you're first starting out as an entrepreneur, maybe you made $100,000 or a couple $100,000 or something like that. Don't go run and jump in and buy a house. Instead, just rent, live below your means. Go buy a small multifamily or maybe even a single family if that's what you really want to do. I mean, definitely do your own due diligence and rent that out and let somebody else pay down your mortgage, and then keep doing that over and over and over again until you have maybe 5 or 10 or 15 or 20 rentals, or 2 or 3, right? The moral of the story is, what Grant's saying isn't necessarily inaccurate. As a matter of fact, I basically agree with him. I think, unless you're making millions and millions of dollars, you have a lot of money, it doesn't really matter. You're getting a good deal, or you're buying a house to fix and flip. Okay, you're buying, you're an actual investor on the fix and flip side of things. I think what he's saying actually does make a ton of sense. So definitely something to keep in mind there. OPM, other people's money. So take your money, be smart with it, make you more money. Let that pay for your rent, and then, go buy somewhere else where they're going to pay off your house for you in a matter of 5 or 10 years or however long it takes, right? So I definitely agree with Grant, and again, I just want to, clarify here at the very end that, if you've always wanted to own a house or something like that, it's not necessarily a bad investment. It's just not a good investment, right? It's just neutral. Buying a house, I think the American dream was it's a great investment. It's the best investment you'll ever make. And I think that's false. That's gone nowadays. It's not like that anymore. It's not a great investment. Okay. So just understand that as I kind of talk about this really quick. Sorry guys, I'm just making sure here. My privacy is actually set on private, and I just realized that. So let me go ahead and turn that on public. So just understand that, as you're kind of watching this video, kind of what Grant's talking about there. And, hopefully you get something out of this video. If you have any more questions, or if you want me to make another video just like this, I would be happy to. I could go draw it out on the whiteboard behind me back here. I'm sitting here in my office. Cody Sperber is actually my business partner, a good friend of mine. So he's right here in the office next to me. Him and Grant are actually good buddies. So that's cool too. But you guys, with that being said, down below, first link in the description is Real Estate Mastery. It's still 50% off, guys. It's literally, I took real estate wholesaling, and I took becoming a badass real estate agent. I combined the two, and I mastered all things real estate by the age of 21, by the way. So if you're sitting there asking yourself, well, what can a 23-year-old, by the way, now I know I'm a freaking old man, teach you about real estate? I could teach you quite a bit. I'm not sitting here saying that I know everything about everything, because that's definitely not the case. And I'm not here to toot my own horn, but I did sell tens of millions of dollars with real estate by the age of 20. And I flipped over 100 houses using none of my own money, also by the age of 20. I combined the two. I mastered all things real estate. I became a real estate entrepreneur. Now I'm a serial entrepreneur in multiple different industries. And I've achieved an incredible level of success and still going. And now I just want to get back and help you guys. So still 50% off. First link in the description. If you haven't grabbed it, I'm literally building the largest community. If you're asking yourself why it's 50% off, it's because I want to build the largest community that there is on, in real estate, right? Real estate entrepreneurs, people that we have each other's backs, we fight for each other, we get the deal done, no matter where you live, no matter what you do, no matter what kind of real estate you do, it doesn't freaking matter. We do all things real estate, and that is precisely what I'm trying to build, which ties right into this message, by the way, of rent where you live and own where you rent, which I believe in full-heartedly. And to answer all of you guys' questions that are sitting there wondering, I do rent. I actually do not own a house. I don't plan on owning a house anytime soon. I really enjoy renting. You know, when my fan breaks, I hop on the phone, I call the guy, I'm like, yo, my fan broke, come fix it. And I like that where I live. I have no problem putting out fires if I own rental properties and stuff like that, but where I live, I truly enjoy renting, and I have multiple residual income streams that pay for my rent, and I don't ever have to worry about that. So it makes perfect sense for me. I can literally tear my lease in half. I'm nimble. If I get a job opportunity in Florida right now, I can hop on an airplane, pack a couple of suitcases, and I'm out of there. I don't got to worry about anything. So I love that, and I agree with Grant 100%, Grant, so I got to give it to you. For all you guys also watching, I did just start my social media Instagram growth company. Okay, so second link in the description. Go check that out. It's how I went from 5,000 followers to 50,000 followers and growing in under 6 months, and how I've literally been able to start over 7 companies in 7 different industries. First one being real estate. So definitely go check that out. You know, personal branding is the #1 thing you can do in 2018. So I'm not going to try and sell you guys. Look, I could care less, but you know, it's a company that I decided to start because, you know, I was paying somebody else to do it, and I figured I could do it myself better. So I started it. It's a second link in the description. You really can't go wrong by building a personal brand. I think it's probably the #1 best thing you could do regardless of what industry you're in. If you're a girl, guy, fitness model, athlete, business owner, real estate, Shopify, Amazon FBA, penny stock, stock trading, you know, affiliate marketing, you know, network marketing, IML, it doesn't matter, insurance, you should be building a personal brand 100% without a shadow of a doubt. With that being said, guys, drop in the comments below what you'd like to see in the next video. I'm still working on a videographer and an editor, so I can do way more like cool stuff, cool cinematics, travel more, buy the Lamborghini, you know, take you guys in more of the day-to-day life instead of just sitting behind the camera all boxed up and bottled up, because I freaking hate it. But hopefully you guys at least enjoy it for now. And, you know, until I get the videographer and I can literally open up the curtains to my life and show you everything that you guys want to know. So please give me feedback on what you'd like to see down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. Smash the notification bell if you haven't already. And smash that thumbs up. Look forward to seeing you guys in the next video.